So we all had that ex that in our head seemed like the one that was meant to be, the ex that on paper matched everything we wanted in a significant other, the one that was supposed to be the best thing that ever happened to you. For gamers, going into 2020, that was supposed to be Cyberpunk. It was supposed to be the game of a lifetime. But remember how it turned out?
We could have been a good couple. We could have had something special. But you one crazy ass bitch.
Now the next gen version of Cyberpunk is out. Cyberpunk said it worked on itself, that it's better now. Now Cyberpunk promises things will be different this time. Cyberpunk wants you back. The question is, should you go back to your ex? I'm Sebastian with DopeNerd Games, and I'm here to answer that question. So, let's start with the good things about the next generation version of Cyberpunk. So, I played this game on both the Xbox Series S and X, as well as the PS5, and immediately I can tell that the game feels much better to play. Both the PS5 and the Series X versions run around 60 FPS, and you can feel the difference. It feels smoother. It didn't stutter in spots like it did when I played it back in 2020. Load times are solid as well. It ranged from around 5 to 13 seconds to load into a game, or load from a save file. The best news is that on either console I never ran into any major bugs or crashes. Even though the next gen version is a massive upgrade, there are still some bad things about it. There isn't any additional content in this updated version other than a few new weapons and some cosmetic changes. Speaking of looks, damn does this game go out of the way to make you look like you don't have any style at all. Because of this, you look like a character who had no business being in the situation that you're in. Often, I'd forego the better gear in order to keep my character looking like a person that belonged in the environment. Alright, enough of all that. Enough. Let's get to the point. Let's answer the question, should you go back to your ex? Like love, it's complicated. If you haven't played Cyberpunk or didn't get very far when you did because it was a shit show back in the day, you should give it a shot. It's a fun game. It features a decent main story, the side quests are interesting, and have some deep character moments with some memorable characters. The gameplay is enjoyable, and the next gen version of Cyberpunk fixes most of the egregious problems that the older version had. It's a solid open world game that has its faults, but has more going for it than against it now. However, if you played through it back in 2020, then there's no additional content and there's very little incentive to give it another shot. If this describes you, then it's time to move on.